Okay, so this week's question for the Carnage Perspective is something I know all too well. We're talking about injuries. And from Gabrielle, thanks Gabrielle for your question. How to get through a significant injury that takes a year to heal, mentally and physically, etc. I tore my ACL in sparring. Now, one thing's for sure is an ACL tear is not a nice injury to have, and I haven't had that one before, so I can't speak directly about an ACL tear, but I know what it's like as an athlete to have an injury that really just takes the air out of you, just demotivates you and makes you feeling unconfident, and you lose your self-esteem a little bit. All these doubts come flooding into your brain. And I was writing a bit about this the other day, and I think if the normal person, they stub their toe, they break their toe, it's not the end of the world. They get on with it, they go back to work, no big deal, cat hurts, but it's okay. For an athlete, stubbing your toe or breaking your toe or tearing an ACL, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world because it is your world. Everything matters. Your physical body is what you're after. You want that to be in its complete wholeness to be able to perform at its best. So mentally, it's very draining having an injury. So I'd like to encourage in this time that when you have these things happen to you, you have to diversify. For example, if you've hurt your knee, once the initial healing has taken its place, you can actually get up, you can walk, you can move around. You can start working on your hands, you can start working on your boxing. If you're obviously doing Thai boxing, I would encourage you to work on your elbows, of course. There's many things you can do, lots of core stuff, lots of strength stuff, lots of explosive upper body power stuff. You can do visualizations of yourself training. You can visualize yourself winning fights. You can watch videos, study. So there's lots of things you can do as opposed to just giving up. And a lot of us at this time, I guess that separates the strong from the weak, or from the champion from the non-champion, is in these times of hardness where we can push through and go further on. So mentally, it's really important to just keep your eye on the prize. Just remember why you're doing it, what your end goal is going to be, and not allowing this situation, being if it's an ACL tear or if it's a handbrake or any kind of injury. I mean, for myself, I've hurt my hands many times in my fighting career, where I've had to change into southpaw and use other weapons, which has developed good kicks. Obviously, my elbows have been strong, so when I've hurt my hand, I can rely on my elbow. So things like that. So it's again finding new strengths from a situation, but in that also not allowing that time to let you go too far off track. So you have to be disciplined in areas like your diet. You can't run, you've got to be careful with your food, so don't just let everything go. It's like the old, when someone gets pregnant, I'm eating for 3, I'm eating for 2 people, let's just eat all this food. Well, now that you're injured, you can't do so much exercise, you have to be disciplined in all areas. This is going to show the difference between how bad you want it and how quick you're going to be back to the road to recovery, and the difference between where you're going to end up to where you were. And that's all about the mental side of it. So stay positive, stay strong, and work on those things. So keep your mind on the job as such of where you want to go. Do what's necessary, meaning treat it as such if it's physio, rehab, whatnot. Then from there, step into what you can do and do that in training. And if you can't do a lot more than that, again, focus on your mental attitude by watching videos, going into the gym and not staying at home. Still keep your routine going by going to the gym, seeing other people train and feeling confident with that. And again, always remember that there is a day where it will come good and you'll shine again. So don't forget that. Right now it feels dark, but push through and work on all those other things, and good luck with the Gabrielle with your recovery, and I wish you luck in the future.